FBI document leaks confirm why Hillary wasn't charged. It all points to Obama. While the left-leaning media has decided that the Clinton email scandal is old news, just like Clinton's health issues, her State Department's collusion with the Clinton Foundation and the Clinton Foundation's dissemination of watered-down HIV/AIDS drugs to patients in sub-Saharan Africa. Syria's journalists and outraged Americans believe where there's smoke, there's fire, and it is quite smoky. Evidence in the form of an FBI document dump proves that President Obama corresponded with Hillary Clinton over her private, unsecured, and unauthorized email account and server using a pseudonym. This evidence proves both that Obama knew of the unsecured communications avenue and tactically approved of its use via Politico.com. One can only come to the conclusion that because of this, Hillary Clinton was spared an indictment in the matter. The contents of the email exchanged, all of them, are being hidden from the public under the guise of executive privilege. This sequestering of what are supposed to be innocent emails is another indicator that the Obama administration has run interference for Clinton. The revelation came as the FBI released a second batch of documents from its investigation into Clinton's unethical use of a private email server during her tenure as Secretary of State. It should be noted here that federal government agencies routinely execute document dumps, quote, on Fridays and on days before holidays in an effort to do it as quietly as possible to draw as little attention to damaging information as possible. The 189 pages the Bureau released includes notes from interviews with Clinton's closest aides and confidants. Included in this group were Huma Abedin and Cheryl Mills, senior State Department officials, and even Marcel Lazar, better known as the Romanian hacker Guccifer. In one previous interview of Abedin, she was shown an email exchange between Clinton and Obama in which he used the pseudonym. She didn't recognize it, or at least said she didn't recognize it, but when told of the user's identity, exclaimed in horror, "How is this not classified?" It has been common knowledge since 2015 that Obama and Clinton occasionally corresponded via her unsecured private account. The White House, in its quest for plausible deniability, insists Obama did not know she relied on it routinely and exclusively for other business. Additional interviews whose report notes were made public Friday include Jake Sullivan, Clinton's policy planning director Brian Pagliano, a former Clinton technology aide Monica Hanley, a veteran Clinton aide who worked for her in the Senate and at State, and Sidney Blumenthal, Clinton's longtime confidant. While testimony given by her closest aides painted Hillary Clinton an inept with technology, even going so far as to say Clinton couldn't even remember her own passwords, that is impossible to believe for someone who have over 10 communication devices and who was savvy enough to know she would need a separate internet avenue for communication to cover up necessary emails about her unethical and most likely illegal activities. with the revelation that Obama routinely corresponded with Clinton of her clandestine server and using a cloaked identity, we can understand why a political hand puppet like Loretta Lynch would seek to interfere on Clinton's behalf in any investigation into shady communications. What do you think about Obama using a pseudonym to converse with Hillary Clinton secretly? So in other words, they're just doing this in order to hide their illegal and unethical communications. And actually, that is a point. So Hillary claims to be unable to, she didn't know, she's not computer savvy or technical savvy. She acted like she didn't know anything. But yet, she knew how to handle 10 different servers at the same time and knew which ones, and also remembered the names of the pseudonyms that were being used on these servers. I mean, that's quite a bit of work at the same time. So Obama was in on whatever she was doing, and they're talking about drugs being watered down, the HIV drugs. So this is kind of shocking, to say the least. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. Watered down HIV/AIDS drugs to patients in sub-Saharan Africa. I mean, the corruption runs so deep, and you know that this is all for her to make money off of these things. And also, if Obama is involved, means that he also is getting a cut. You know, this is like, you know, to uncover all of this stuff, it would take like 10 years just to scratch the surface. Let us know what you think in the comments below.